With all of the, you could say scandal, or the stories that have come out with Wittek and all of that, and then Heat and then everything, how do you build an election with that kind of in-party problems?
Well, I wouldn't consider those in-party problems. I would say that they are, those are people that are unhappy with the way things have gone for them personally. And, and that happens. And I think most reasonable people look at that and they recognize that in the case of Wittek, there were some people who had a personal investment and a personal self-interest in having the process turn out in a certain way. And they were really disappointed when it didn't. Because they were disappointed doesn't mean that anything was done wrong. And so, I understand that emotion, the disappointment, and we're seeing it bubble up and the accusations they're throwing around. But you could take, I guess, their accusations as truth. Or you could take the truth of the fairness advisor, who was a third party, had no personal interest in it, nothing to gain, who said the procurement process was done absolutely fairly.
But I'm just thinking that with that happening now, the timing is so awkward and you're running into an election. So how do you deal with that?
Well, I think you count on British Columbians to be reasonable and recognize it for what it is. Disappointed people who are who are unhappy with the way things turned out for them personally. And the thing about Wittek that's been really disappointing has been the way the NDP has relentlessly attacked it. They do not want Wittek to come to this community. They are trying to stop it. They're doing everything in their power to oppose this. And Shirley Bond has worked her tail off for 12 years to bring that to this, well, not for 12 years, but it probably feels like 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
For 5 years or so, to bring it to this community. It's so important to revitalize the downtown in this community and establish Prince George. It's really cement Prince George as the world leader in forestry. This matters for this community. And, it's a sad thing in politics when opponents will sacrifice the interests of a community to forward their personal political gains. And I just think Wittek shouldn't have made Wittek a political football, because that's the wrong thing to do for Prince George. Let's put politics aside. It's the wrong thing for this community.
Does it, how badly, I guess, maybe Shirley, you have a better idea of this, how badly does it hurt the campaign here? This controversy, is that...
I think, as the Premier has suggested, I've been in public office for almost 20 years in the North. And I think people know that I am tireless in terms of the work that I do for this part of it. You just have to look at what Prince George looks like today compared to 12 years ago. We're very different. We train our own doctors here. We have a cancer center. We have unprecedented investments. And I think people are reasonable enough to look at the track record, a proven track record. Do I like the fact that, disgruntled individuals decide to wage a campaign like this? No, I don't. But I stand on a record of 20 years of public service, integrity, and hard work. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the only poll that matters is the one on May the 14th. The building we're going to get in downtown Prince George is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is absolutely phenomenal. People are thrilled to have Michael Green as the architect. It is going to be one of its kind in North America. Do people want to say no to that today? I don't think so.
The NDP does.
Yes, well, they do. But
well, they said they'll continue if the contract left. So.
Oh, they will. Yeah. So if we go too far, they can't stop it. They're going to grudgingly go ahead with it. All right, it's kind of...
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah. So. But would they, they don't... Well, anyway, I don't want to get to that.